Claude Code remote control destroys OpenClaw. You're stuck at your desk, your AI agent is running, and you can't leave. Sound familiar? You've got a long task going. You need to step away. And the whole thing breaks the second you close your laptop. That's been the reality for anyone using Claude Code seriously. Until now, because Anthropic just dropped something that changes everything about how you work with AI coding tools. And there's a massive battle heating up between two very different approaches to solving this problem. One of them just got a huge upgrade. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one fits your workflow and why this matters way more than people are talking about. Anthropic released remote control for Claude Code on February 25th, 2026. And this isn't a minor update. This is a fundamental shift in how Claude Code works. So let me break it down simply. Claude Code is Anthropic's AI coding agent. You run it in your terminal. It can write code, run tests, manage files, work through your whole code base. Powerful stuff. But until this week, you had to be at your machine to use it. Remote control fixes that. You run one command. Claude Code generates a session URL and a QR code. You scan it with your phone, and now your phone becomes a live window into the session still running on your computer. You can send messages, check progress, steer what's happening, all from your phone or any browser. The key thing here, and this is what separates it from just screen sharing, your code never moves to the cloud. Everything stays on your machine. Your phone is the control panel. The engine stays at home. So you can kick off a big refactoring job, walk away, check in from the couch, and come back when it's done. Now, before I get into setup, I want to tell you about something that helped me get way better at using tools like this. When I first started working with Claude Code, okay, setup. Here's what you need. You need Claude Code version 2.1.52 or higher, so update first. Right now, the feature is in research preview for Claude Max plan users. That's the plan between $100 and $200 a month. Claude Pro users at $20 a month are expected to get access soon. It's not on team or enterprise plans yet, and API keys alone don't work. You need to be logged in through your Claude account. To start a session, go to your project directory and run Claude Remote Control. Your terminal shows a session URL, press spacebar for the QR code, open it on your phone, and you're connected. If you're already mid-session, type /RC and it converts your existing session remotely without losing any context. Now let's talk security because this is where remote control stands out. Your machine never opens any inbound ports. Nothing reaches in from outside. Claude Code makes outbound connections to Anthropic's servers and polls for work. When you connect from your phone, Anthropic routes messages between the two over TLS encrypted traffic with short-lived credentials scoped to a single purpose. It's a deliberate, well-thought-out design, and it matters a lot when you compare it to the competition. So let's talk about OpenClaw. OpenClaw is an open-source personal AI agent that became one of the fastest-growing GitHub repositories around. What made it interesting was the interface: WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord, iMessage. You just used a chat app you already had on your phone. It ran locally, connected to whatever AI model you gave it API keys for, and could manage files, automate browsers, control smart home devices, run scheduled tasks, and review code. Over 100 skills built in, hundreds more through its own marketplace. That's a much wider scope than remote control. Claude Code is a coding tool. OpenClaw tried to be an AI layer across your whole life. But here's where things get complicated. OpenClaw's creator, Peter Steinberger, joined OpenAI in mid-February 2026 to lead personal AI agents there. So OpenClaw is now in transition. New hands, unclear direction. And there are real security concerns. Security researchers have flagged risks with third-party OpenClaw skills, including data exfiltration. When you open your machine to a wide ecosystem of community-built skills with varying review standards, you take on risk that's hard to manage. Remote Control's tighter, audited security model is a meaningful advantage here. So how do you choose between them? If you're a developer who lives in the terminal and needs to run long Claude Code sessions without being desk-bound, Remote Control is exactly what you need. Clean, secure, works with your existing local environment without any complex configuration. If you need an agent that handles your whole digital life, scheduling, home automation, calendar, file management across everything, OpenClaw has a broader reach, but you take on more complexity and more security responsibility. And right now, its future is uncertain. There's also a middle path Anthropic is building. Their product Cowork is more of a general desktop agent, and they added scheduled tasks to it the same week Remote Control launched. Though those tasks only run while your computer is awake and the app is open, so it's not fully autonomous yet. The bigger picture here is that Claude Code is now infrastructure level serious. It hit a $2.5 billion annualized run rate as of February 2026, and an estimated 4% of all public GitHub commits are now authored by Claude Code. And Remote Control reflects a deliberate architectural choice. While competitors like Cursor are moving coding agents fully into the cloud, giving each agent its own virtual machine, Anthropic is betting that developers want their environment close to home. They just don't want to be desk-bound while it works. Both models solve real problems. Most power users will probably use both depending on the task. Before you go all in on Remote Control, here are the real limitations worth knowing. One remote connection per session. You can't have multiple devices controlling the same session at once. Your terminal must stay open. If you close it, the session ends. If your machine loses internet for more than about 10 minutes, the session times out and you'll need to restart it. And the skip permissions flag doesn't carry over to remote control sessions, so Claude will ask for approval before taking actions. Reasonable for remote use, but worth knowing if you're used to fully autonomous local sessions. So here's the honest verdict. Remote Control is a well-executed feature that solves a real problem. If you use Claude Code seriously, this changes how you work. OpenClaw had a broader vision, but it's in transition and carries more security complexity. For developers right now, Remote Control is the more solid choice. The war between local first agents and cloud agents is just getting started. This is Anthropic's opening move in a much bigger battle for where your AI actually lives.